Are you ready to get messy? Hey there, it's Dawn with For Grace Creations. Welcome, welcome. Let's make a mess with some Bomba ink. We're going to put, and some disposable cups. And I'm going to put, a few dropper fulls of this in here. And this one is a brown. Now, the next thing that we're going to need is some water and some dish soap. I'm using Dawn. And try and get equal amounts of all three. I shouldn't have put that much water in there. We'll see what happens. It's probably not going to be very dark. But I'm going to use this Aqua India ink. And then let's use some black, and it's a different brand. Again, just some ink. I don't know, alcohol inks might work, I'm not sure, but I figured we'd try this first. Okay, we need a sock that you can, cut the end off, wrap it around a water bottle or a Coke bottle that you've cut down real small, because we're going to blow through that top to get bubbles to come out the end. You're going to need a straw and paper. Any paper. I'm using copy paper right now, just simple copy paper. We're going to put that straw in the liquid and we're going to blow bubbles like we're 5 years old again. Look at the colors here, you guys. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so with this, we're going to try using a spatula, getting the bubbles off and plopping them on the paper. This is going to give us a beautiful print. Now, I'm going to blow some more and attempt to get the paper full. Okay, I don't know if that was such a good idea. It gets a little too much wet, watery paint on there, and we may end up with a weird blob without good bubbles on it, but we'll see. So yeah, it's really simple and kind of fun. Sometimes you can get those bubbles to move over. Sometimes you can't. It's just a matter of trial and error, but I'll tell you what, this is fun. So we're going to get inky. Wear gloves if you don't want to get messy, but protect your surface, guys. Trust me. This is going to get everywhere. I have freezer paper down because it will not soak into my countertops. Let's take the sock thing, dip it down into that black ink, and you don't want it dripping. See how it's dripping? Yeah, shake that off. You don't want it dripping. Maybe rub it off a little on the edge of the cup, and we're going to blow through that top hole. Look. Okay, so fun. And again, if you've got too much on there, it's going to leave a big black blob. But as you blow a little more, it gets some of that wetness off, and it's more just bubble that comes out, and that's going to leave a better print. And again, it's just trial and error, but let me tell you, I wish I had more crappy socks to cut apart, because this is looking so cool. Look at the print on the paper. So at some point, these bubbles will not leave prints anymore, and you have to dip it back into the water. But we're going to set this one aside, and we'll see how it dries. But look at the markings. I'm so excited. Okay. Whew. Let's try the brown that I put too much water in. We're going to blow some bubbles, and this time we're going to take the paper and gently lay it over top. And look, you can see the print starting to show up. But it is kind of light. You could use coffee, instant coffee in this instead of brown ink, and it would still give you that same light brown. If I had put less water in, we'd be getting a darker brown. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to roll with what we've got and keep going. But Okay, look, see, I let it spill off the side. I don't recommend that because we have so much wet there that it's going to be a big brown blob. There will be no bubble markings. Look at it run down the page. We don't want that. But I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to let it dry. These do dry really fast, guys. I mean, unless you soak the paper like I just did. That'll take a while. But you just gently lay the paper on top of those bubbles that you blow. I do recommend not wearing something that you are in love with because if you get this on you, it might not come off. I did figure out when I took a break that this did wash off my hands. I was shocked. I thought for sure it would stain my hands, but it did pretty good. So we're just going to do that all over the paper. You can do as much or as little as you want. But look, it makes a mess. So those markings are pretty cool. Okay, here's that brown. You can see where we used too much wetness. Anyway, kind of cool. But also, it's not as dark as it would be if I had used a little less water. But still cool. And then the black through the sock. Isn't that amazing? I don't know what it is about this, but it is fascinating to me. So that's the sock. The brown was scooping it out with the spatula. And then this one was partial scooping out of the spatula and partial letting it fall out of the cup onto here. And as you can tell, when you let it fall out of the cup, you get a ton of paint. Where scooping it on is where we got a little less paint. So the wetter the bubbles, or the wetter the paper, the less definition, I guess. I don't know. Let's try some more. While it's snowing outside, why don't we go ahead and experiment with acrylic colors in the warm house with some hot coffee? Wash the sock out really good. The sock's clean. And let's use these 3 acrylic paints and see what happens. This time I'm going to try it on lined college ruled paper and printer paper. So the green comes out pretty dark. What about brown? Burnt sienna. Yeah, that too. I wonder, okay, so the lighter brown through the sock. After doing this, I can tell you the lighter colors don't come out as well through this sock. I recommend sticking with the dark colors if you're going to use the sock for the tiny bubbles. But let's put some green on the dry brown. And then let's put some brown on the dried green paper. You can keep layering this as long as you let it dry.
We need more bubbles.
All right, our results are in. They are dry, almost 100%. But look at that. That sock technique is so cool, how it makes the itty-bitty bubbles and then putting the bigger ones over it. You know what? Let's try some pink. I love some pink. So let's do that. Oh, those pinks are yummy. Okay, let's try the dark pink with the bubbles through the sock. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see the results. This is so cool, you guys. You just have to try this. All right, let's take one final look at what we made, or I should say what I made. I may have gone a little overboard with the pink, but it's because, oh, I just love it. Look at all the beautiful prints. Hey, thanks for being here. Let me know if you plan to try this and what colors you're going to use.